Hi and welcome to Angling For You. Today join me at Oaks Lakes on the Cedar Pond, and I'm fishing quite a bizarre method called a sloppy groundbait and pellet, and as you can see it works pretty damn well. I've got this quite light kit on, which makes it a little bit more fun as well. So we've only got a light sort of 6 to 12 elastic on there, so it makes the fight a little bit more interesting. It's perfect for these F1s. Once we get him in, I'll run you through the gear. So let's get this little man unhooked, if he's going to chill out enough for me to unhook him. Look nicely in the corner of the mouth. Right, so the rig I have is straightforward. If you watch my shallow fishing video last week, it'll be the similar setup. So I've got a ProGen 0.3 gram float, 2016 Gen Power ProGen line, and then we've got a number 8 shot, which has just slid down the line, which is just sat underneath the float there, and then we've got a little size 18 with a 4mm band on it. The bait that we're going to use, in fact I'll lift that up because you're not going to be able to see it from there, is Monster Baits Green Mamba. And what we've done with it is we've got some water, we've added a green mamba till it comes to a porridge consistency, and then we have let it all soak the moisture in, and then re-added water to make it as sloppy as we can without it just being water. I've got a little cad pot on. If you've got one with no holes in, that's better. I've put a bit of black insulating tape around mine to stop the sort of slurry leaking out. We've only got a few inches deep, and I've shallowed up to that actually because I've been catching them around 1.5 foot before that, but I've noticed them swirling a little bit more, so it's just about alternating. I've got an identical rig set up, exactly the same bait, exactly the same setup, but just shallower. Don't hit any of these little bites. If you get a proper bite, the fish will just hit and go, and you'll just take the elastic. There'll be no messing about. Don't always take it first. You have to, if you haven't had a bite within sort of 30 seconds, I always give a little shake of the cad pot in there and lay that back in, because there's usually a little bit left in the bottom of it. If you don't get a bite within that sort of 10-15 seconds after you've done that cad pot, and none of these are fish, they're just a little roach. If you don't get any bites, like we haven't done on this one, just straight back in and get that bait back in. Try to do is I keep it all as one, and it just makes it easier, so you're not bumping as much stuff out. But obviously make sure you're watching behind you when you're coming off your rollers, because obviously that will throw your stuff up in the air, as you can imagine. Everybody's been guilty of that, me included. So again, if I do it from a height, I want that sound when it's hitting the water, and just sit your float in the middle of it. And if I don't get any signs, maybe 3 or 4 drops, or no swirling or nothing like that, like I'm not seeing at the moment, I'll give it one more drop after this, then I will go deeper. And then if they come back with the feeding shallow, you can pick up your other kit. Sorry, wasps, can't do with wasps. then I'll go back onto a shallower kit. So give it a couple more seconds. I'm not getting anything there, so it's back to a slightly deeper kip, and there's no point in wasting on it. If you can't see them swirling and you can't see them, you're not getting any indications in regards to like them missed bites or anything like that, then there's no point in wasting your time on it. Go back to another rig and continue to feed. So that rig is exactly the same, same float, same line, same hook, everything is the same. It's just a little bit deeper at sort of a foot, maybe 18 inches, that one. And today they've been between that channel of 18 inches and really shallow. Like I said, don't waste time sat at the wrong. See, I took it straight away. Don't waste time at the wrong depth. If you can't see them, then they might be following the bait down a little bit further, and it's always worth to just go between those two depths. Smaller fish trying to take it. Don't want smaller fish. Put some more in there. Oh, we did have a pull on it there, so let's quickly get that put back in. And it's just about building that swim. Once they're there, you usually catch them quite regularly, one after another, but at the moment they're just odd one coming in and out, and we just need to sort of build that swim up. Fish are definitely there, and they're scrubbing up the bottom. We just want them to be a little bit higher up. And there we go, into another fish. And obviously they're just sat in that little bit deeper water, rather than being shallow. And sometimes you just have to flick between both to grab hold of them. Just come out in the net. Come on, fish. Put that one back and just continue with exactly the same. So just keep that feed going in. If you feel that it gets too thick, which the summer parts of this is, I'm going to put a sort of a cup full of water back into it. Because it will keep absorbing with it being a ground bait base. We'll just put that in, and it'll just thin it back down. Straight back onto that.
Oh, yeah.
So just changed 2-inch deeper, and we're straight into the fish. Just as I suspected, they followed it down even further, the feed, and they've felt safer lower down, so they've intercepted it. So something that's what we were on about earlier on, about just changing your depths about. Wasps. This wasp is determined to attack me today. So nice little fat rugby wild one. Looked perfectly in the corner of the mouth. Nice little one to finish on. Let's get him back. This method's a great little method, definitely worth a try if you get a chance to do it. So I definitely give this one a go, especially this time of year, especially if they let you feed ground bait. Not all venues do, so you'll have to check that on the rules. But join us on the Facebook group at Angling For You. Join us on the Instagram at angling_for you. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks a lot. Tight lines.